Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And the big question of today was, is it too late to buy ourselves some coins like ADA, Chainlink, Vechain, and has the top already been in? So today I want to cover all of that, and I'm asking you as the question of today, are you still holding any crypto? A lot of people came up to me today to say, hey man, I'm all out of crypto. I sold all my holdings and waiting for a correction. Then I'm going to get back in twice as hard. A lot of people are of that opinion. And I want to know from you guys, you still holding tight? And specifically, are you still holding XRP? Put it down in the comment section below. So as I said, today I want to give a pretty elaborate analysis on some of these coins and give you my thoughts on whether or not you should be holding them. But also, I do want to quickly say thank you all for showing up to the live stream earlier today. A lot was discussed in there, a lot of personal talks as well. And it was just 1.5 to 2 hours of just fun, and I really appreciate you guys all hopping in. Even though I messed up the notifications, there were still always 250 plus people there, so I really appreciate that. I used to only get 30 viewers all the time, so this is just amazing. Now, to start it all off, I must quickly take a look at the indices, because basically what we expected was the indices to drop and crypto to drop as well. But what happened was actually quite contrary to what all were thinking. The indices actually stayed relatively positive or relatively normal, whilst earlier today they were all dropping. And I think because of that shift where the indices did not drop as expected, crypto could actually also take a little bit of a lively approach to it all and actually stay on the positive side. And that is generally just overall crypto talk, but now specifics, right? Because you guys are wondering about ADA, Chainlink, and Vechain. Now for Vechain, I think anybody was positive for a longer amount of time. Me personally, I was very positive for a very long amount of time. Earlier in the live stream, I decided to show you guys all my buy-in tips and my ideas and exactly what went through my mind. And basically that was, I'm buying within this zone and most likely also buying if it broke out of the zone, which it did. I decided to buy a little bit more, and now we're at a ridiculously high point. Can we go further upwards, you must be wondering? Well, really, there's only one major hurdle that's actually looking to be there for Vechain, which is right around 2.6 cents, which is right over there. We still need to see about, about 20% from the highest point we got to today. But still, that's pretty doable to reach that point, to test it and see what's going on. However, first of all, we must actually really kind of make a determining move in this sector here. If we scroll in a little bit and the 1 hour, you can see we are really at the top of this range, and there's most likely nothing really stopping it from breaking through, but it's still holding as a little bit of a resistance. I don't know exactly where it's supposed to be, but you guys get the idea. And if we breach past that, I think 2.6 cents is the first resistance point, because here it's just void. And I'm pretty excited to see what's to come for that. So the short answer is yes, there's a lot of room for Vechain to grow. And as additions to all of that, if you want more backing as to why, I've explained in my live stream as well, a lot of these coins we're investing into, they're not just hype coins like, for example, what Tron is trying to do by hyping everybody up, but these are coins with actually fundamentals. And with Vechain, just some part of the fundamental is that they thrive in crisis, which in my opinion is one of the best aspects. And also, like Jeff Bezos says, it's not about how much money you can make with something, it's really about how many people's lives you can change. And with Vechain here, with MyCare as one of their products, they're changing already hundreds of thousands and possibly soon millions of people's lives and keeping them safe, which is just really amazing. Another thing that's adding to Vechain's appeal right this second, of course, is the Vechain attending the World Artificial Intelligence Conference of 2020, hosted by Shanghai Municipal People's Government, which is happening right around an hour and a half. I mean, it's almost the 9th here, but I don't know exactly. It's the 9th already in Shanghai. Yeah. But I don't know exactly what hour it opens. But yeah, that's something people are really watching out for here. And I think they're also pretty bullish about that, because AI supposedly is one of the biggest sectors right now. Really the biggest growing sector. And they get a spot to speak. So we might get some crazy announcements and some crazy progress. On the same line for Link, this is all kind of uncharted territory. We've never really been there before since we broke an all-time high and really just swerving above there right now. And kind of the same applied. I don't remember exactly what point we were buying at. I believe it was... I made the video the 30th of June, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, if we just scroll into that a little bit, the 30th of June was right around here. We bought a lot of Chainlink over there, and there was a little bit of a major resistance. I guess major. There was a good resistance right over here. And what I did again is wait for confirmation and then buy in and buy more. And I think I went for the 1 hour. Yeah. So this, or maybe I went a different one. Whatever. I decided to buy some more Chainlink as well along the way. I've actually already sold a bunch, but that's just a quick, roughly 15% profit in the last, how long has that been? Day or so. Yeah, which is a quick, nice trade. But is there any room for growth? Well, yes, there definitely is. As I just explained, there's not really anything blocking Chainlink from going up. And the fundamentals with Chainlink are also pretty damn solid. Where there are a project which is doing something that a lot of these others are not, which is taking off-chain data and putting it on-chain, really adding or giving it a lot of appeal, right? Because it's something that's so unique that I think a lot of others can't do. And they're the one doing it the most successfully, the one of the first ones, I'm also assuming, and just the top one doing that. So the benefits of Chainlink I explained very elaborately in my previous video on why I am buying Chainlink. So if you want to know why Chainlink has such a huge appeal, check it out. Link is in the description below. I also explained my buying patterns and what I was expecting. But yeah, prices are just going as expected. I guess even a little bit more bullish than expected, because I don't really think people expected this far of a gain and this parabolic type of move, but more so for it to be a little bit more like this. But that's just insane and really, really positive. With Cardano, I think kind of the same rules apply, but they're a little bit differently. And the reason I'm saying they're a little bit different, yet the same rules, is, by the way, this was Cardano, but I changed it over to Link for some reason. Yeah, the main reason I think Cardano has a lot of appeal to it as well, and the lines are gone, but who cares, is because they have finally changed over from more so a concept and a we will do things to a we have done things, we're getting things done. And that's actually what Charles Hoskinson was really elaborately explaining in all of his talks here the last couple of days. It's really basically saying, this overzealous video is, by the way, on Cardano versus the Chinese scammers slash, how am I going to call it? Marketers calling Cardano a scam and so forth and so forth. Had to quickly sneeze right there. And yeah, that's what this video is about. The rest of the videos are about the Cardano Summit that was from the 2nd to the 3rd of July, which was, again, pretty damn big and a pretty interesting event. You can see the opening and the closing keynote right here. Big attitude switch, but I guess Charles already knew all of it. But one of the most important things he said was, they switched over from, you know, we were planning to do things to we really are getting things done. We are doing things. This is what we're doing instead of this is what we're going to be doing. Yeah, very important point. Now, again, Cardano, Link, and Vechain, they're all, again, have one thing in common. Actually also common to XRP, funny enough, and that is that they're changing millions of people's lives. Now, if you're wondering about Ethereum or Bitcoin, I mean, the purpose is there, but the use case is a lot less defined and a lot less obvious, and also a lot less important to a certain degree. So with Ethereum, the most important part is that a lot of projects are deployed on there. But then you must be wondering for yourself, is it the best place to be deployed upon? And is there nothing better, really? Right? Is it very scalable? Is it very safe, secure, whatever, decentralized? And once you start to take a look at all those questions, you also start to notice that, for example, ADA/Cardano would be a better spot for all of that. And also, the connection that Cardano has with a lot of governments is something unmatched by a lot of these other crypto projects, either because they can't do it, don't want to, or don't have the philosophical slash knowledgeable approach that Cardano has on these on these partnerships, and just basically building their platform, which I think gives them a very, very big step ahead of the competition, and it's also to be seen here that it's pushing them beyond what a lot of these other currencies can do. So to conclude here, Cardano, Vechain, and Chainlink, they're all three kind of ticking off on my boxes. Are they changing a lot of people's lives? Yes. Are they the best in what they are trying to do? So for Chainlink, that is getting off-chain to on-chain data. Well, I don't know any other ones that's doing that, so yes. With Vechain, all this QR stuff and authentication stuff, name a coin that's doing it better, so yes. And with ADA being a platform, well, they're not the most popular, but they're the most well thought out. And in essence, with the decentralization that's coming now and the staking, they are the number one in how they operate and really what they can get done. Are they the best right now? That's debatable, but they will definitely be the best. And from that perspective, I would also consider that to be a very, very backed coin. And all of that is adding to the appeal of these coins over the longer term, and also why there's not really any good reason to expect these coins to really fall down very far in the short term. At least to me, I'm a little bit too afraid to sell these coins off just too quickly, because I think there's a lot of profit to be made here in the very short term, and thus I don't think it's too late to buy these coins. Can it happen that these coins fall back down? Well, if you take a little bit of a look here, it is possible, right? But you should always have some stop losses in place. For example, if you want to be safe, keep this as a zone for, I explained it in my live stream. What could happen most likely is we're either going to trade inside, which is already not really looking to be the case. So what's most likely going to happen is going to break out. And once there's one full candle above there, you wait for a second one as confirmation, you buy in. And what you most likely can do, or what you can do to start, is either stop loss here or here, depending on how risk averse you want to be. And then just, ride the wave upwards. Most likely that first wave will be up to this point as it acts as resistance. If that does not occur though, there's a second possibility, which of course is the move downwards, but we'll most likely see that happen very, very soon then, if it's going to be the case. And what you're going to see then is one candle confirmation, and that means either get out all the positions you bought in this spot, or short heavily right now, depending on what your preference is. For me, exactly what I'm going to be doing is this. I'm buying all the money that's in this range, and the reason I'm doing that is because, well, it's two positive ones, one negative one. If I'm buying in here and we stay in this range, I'm just picking up more coins and a pretty good price spot, which is the one positive thing. Second is, if we were to stay in this range for just a little bit and then break out, I would have gotten a more cheaper price than if I waited for the confirmation, So now I have all my buys in here. Otherwise, I would have had them in here. The third scenario, which is the only bad one, is if we go from within this range to down below. And how I would see that happening is we get one below, one confirmation below. And me, that's just my selling cue, right? So either I have a stop loss just pretty tightly here, which would be a little bit scary. But most likely, I'm going to go wait for a confirmation downwards and then sell off my coins. Because what happens then, and some guys call this a funny chart because it's a little bit chaotic because we were talking about it in the video. But yeah, if it does happen, well, we're just going to be selling our coins and waiting for another better buy period somewhere, which will definitely occur again. I mean, this zone was a huge buy zone for a very long while, and it will most likely be once more if we get the chance. But for right now, that's my tactic. And with Chainlink, I guess the same applies a little bit. The only problem with Chainlink here is that with Vechain, we actually have one little barrier before we reach the quote-unquote all-time high. And with Chainlink, we've already hit the all-time high, which means there's not really much to be drawn here. There's not really major resistances or things like that which you can focus upon. So it's a little bit more of a guessing game. But if we were to say, I would say this is a good point to place your stop loss under the, just below the $5 mark. Acted as a pretty heavy resistance earlier, will most likely act as a pretty good support. If we fall below that, there's a little bit better of a chance that we'll fall back to earlier levels. At least that's what I'm going to be going for. That's my personal opinion. And with ADA, I guess the same kind of applies. Yeah, we broke past the resistance earlier today. Resistance that's been holding for a very, very long time, or actually yesterday. And thus, we're kind of freeloading that right now. A lot of positive stuff is coming in. A lot of other spots are there to be breached. So I guess this one at 14.8, let me just quickly put one in here. could be another big point to go for here, or to check for at least. And well, yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what's going to be happening with all of this. If we move forward, though, there's a couple other coins, of course, I want to talk about briefly. I'm getting an anonymous call. I don't know what that is. But yeah, for XRP, at least my strategy is most likely going to be just buying all within this zone here. And again, this zone is pretty damn broad, but that's because my goals for XRP are very, very long term. And thus, I mean, I don't really care that much about most of these moves. If I may say so myself, I don't really care about most of what can happen here. Yeah, no. Yeah. So whatever happens here, I guess I'm fine with XRP. Reason is, in comparison to Vechain and some of the other coins here that I've been talking about, XRP is the only one that's in a downtrend still, and that's kind of looking to escape that downtrend with the move that we're seeing right here. That's kind of looking to escape that downtrend. The rest of these coins are already in an uptrend for a little while. Like Vechain here obviously can be seen as in an uptrend. Link obviously can be seen is in an uptrend. I mean, we broke all-time high. ADA, maybe not as obvious, but over the last months really is looking to be in a massive uptrend. Maybe not longer term, but last months definitely. With XRP, even from March here, it's a little bit more difficult to see because we went like this. We went upwards and then kind of down like this, right? So it's pretty difficult to say, and longer term it's really looking like this. Yeah, pretty interesting if I do say so myself. Pretty interesting. I don't know what to expect. I don't know exactly what prices I'm going to go for, but I'm definitely holding through this one. And with XRP, you have a lot more profit potential because there could be a more furious breakout than with any of these other coins. So yeah, I'm definitely quite interested. And by the way, something that the Binance CEO said earlier is that 95% of the coins will most likely not make it out. Not all alts will pump during the next alt season. If a project has been around for 3 years but not much to show for, then a few that have consistently pushed development will thrive. And my personal, I guess, fetchings from his saying here is, most of the crypto you're in love with, they have no real use case. They aren't really purposeful, they don't really do anything, and they'll most likely just fall as time rolls by, as there's really no fundamentals. Tron, for example, is a very good hype coin, and I mean, I love it for what it does, but it's not really useful at all. You know, what does Tron really do that's important? Not being a hype coin, right? Stealing other stuff. That's what it's good for. Can it gain? Yeah. Can we make a lot of money with Tron? Yeah. Is it fundamentally good? No. Same for Dogecoin. It's good for its purpose. Being a meme coin, it's good for that purpose. It can go up, right? And I've explained to you guys before why it's going up right now. People have resurfaced or refound Dogecoin as a meme coin and now going in for the memes. I mean, Kanye West is running for president as well, so memes are an all-time high. And yeah, this coin might really do some crazy stuff. It might even go to $1. Who freaking knows, guys? I'm gonna be seeing. Not personally gonna be buying into it, but who knows? Look at this on the hour, 17%. Yeah, this is just a shit show. If you buy into it, you must have some crazy freaking iron bollocks, because that's just scary game. But alright, thank you guys all for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Hopefully this cleared some things up for you. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a very, very nice day.